Alright guys, so a little update on Joshua Zimmerman. It's not really an update, we're just learning more about his character and who he is. So Joshua Zimmerman escaped 12 days ago from DeSoto County courthouse in Mississippi. It's believed that he's heading toward Connecticut. If you live on the highways, or not on the highway, but on any routes that go from Tennessee to Connecticut, be on the lookout. This individual might be cross-dressing at this point. That's what I'm hearing, is that he is bisexual. He has relations with men and women, and he could very likely be dressed as a woman right now, wearing a wig for all we know. His appearance will change drastically. I can't say that enough, guys. His appearance is going to be night and day. It's not like your other guys. He's going to become a woman. This is a very drastic change of appearance. He might go all the way for all we know and literally become a woman. This guy is stopping at nothing. He is looking to kill. He will kill again. And he is a vile person. He kidnaps, rapes, murders, you name it. That's what he does. He is a career criminal who had assistance from authorities in the escape in Mississippi, and that's going to become known soon. There is a grand jury investigating it, and he had a lot of help to man it. It wasn't really an escape. It was more of an escort off the property. He was given great access to places even attorneys don't have access to. And this will make one crazy movie when they catch the guy, but that's very important that they do catch him, share his poster. We're going to begin raising more awareness. Dog the Bounty Hunter should be getting on board very soon. I spoke with him. He had some great insight on what to look for in a case like this. It's a very unique situation we have, guys. This guy is not from Mississippi. He's not from Houston. He's a Connecticut guy who should have been in prison in Connecticut. Connecticut will drop the ball. They had him for attempted murder. They had him for rape, and they had him for kidnapping. But in Connecticut, that's not enough. They let him go, and he went to Houston, and he killed the girl he said he was going to kill after he tattooed her name on her forehead. Let that sink in. He tattooed his name on her forehead and then shot her in the head. This guy is sick. Again, his name is Joshua Zimmerman. He is likely, possibly heading to Connecticut, Waterbury, Connecticut. Be on the lookout. This guy has a lot of ties on the East Coast, men and women. And again, he could be dressed as a woman. It's very possible right now that he has a woman's appearance on, everything from a dress to a wig. Don't be looking for a male that just for a male that matches the description. Look for females too, or cross-dressing, you know what I mean. Look for them as well, because right now cross-dressers are suspects. This guy will dress like a woman to get away. He tricks people. He'll put Facebook posts up or on Marketplace and say he can tattoo. He does this. He is a very talented tattoo artist. He is a very talented barber. He was cutting hair in prison for years. This might not be his first escape either, from what I understand. This is actually, I think, his second or third rodeo. But this one surpasses every manhunt that we covered, guys. He took the evidence with him. It doesn't get any crazier than that when you have a defendant charged with murder and rape and kidnapping, and he kidnapped his file on the way out. And I'm almost curious to know if that file he's holding on his way out has material that they're looking for. Wouldn't that be interesting? But keep your eyes peeled everywhere. At this point, everywhere. Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas. Literally, the entire country is fair game right now. It's very likely he's coming to the East Coast. There hasn't been any rumors or talk about West Coast. Connecticut is on the top of their list. For some reason, he is traveling most likely to Connecticut. So keep your eyes peeled. If you guys see somebody that matches the description, whether it be a woman or a man, call it in and let the police figure it out. He is known to cross-dress, and he could be dressed as a woman. So stay safe. I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything. spread the word to Connecticut. We need to get Connecticut to essentially be on high alert. Connecticut, let this monster out. Connecticut can catch him if he comes back in. And that's the only way to make it right, is to catch this guy in Connecticut and charge him in Connecticut with the crimes that he should have been charged for years ago. Had they charged him with the crimes as they should have, less women would be dead today. Less women would have been raped. Less women would have been kidnapped. But that's just not the case. They let him go, and now they let him go again. We have to catch this guy, share his poster, share his name. Again, we have Dog the Bounty Hunter starting to raise awareness on this so we can start getting the waves going and the people talking. We need to make sure this guy is captured before the weekend, or another girl will die. Again, if this guy is out this weekend and you're in any of these regions, don't go out. If you're a woman, don't go out. And if you're a guy that can't defend himself, don't go out, because he rapes men too. So stay indoors until this guy is caught, and make it a top priority. Essentially, don't go out until he's caught. He will kill you. If he runs into you, he will rape you. He will assault you. He will do whatever, God forbid, he wants. And then apparently not get charged for it either if it happens in Connecticut. So if you're in Connecticut, definitely don't go outdoors, because this guy gets a get out of jail free card in Connecticut, and then also one in Mississippi. Be on the lookout. Again, he's a vile rapist, a murderer, a kidnapper. He does not discriminate. He will rape men, women. Haven't heard about children. You just don't know about these kind of things that people like this. God knows what he's capable of. But again, keep your eyes peeled, spread awareness. We have to make it known that there is a potential serial killer at large before the weekend. Tennessee has a lot of party spots. Connecticut has a lot of party spots. Philadelphia has a lot of party spots. It's suspicious when somebody at his caliber manages to escape and take the evidence with him. Maybe he's a plant. Maybe he's something that shouldn't be out on the streets. Maybe I don't know what it is. But at the end of the day, the maybes don't add up when the evidence is gone. And that's all we have to work with are maybes. Even when they catch this guy, it's all maybe, because he took the evidence with him. This is some Netflix type stuff. You can't make this stuff up. I never thought I would cover a manhunt where the guy stole the surveillance of him breaking out. How do you do that? Do you break out and then meet somebody around back and get the surveillance? I mean, it's ridiculous. So if you see him, call 911. There's a reward for $10,000 the U.S. Marshals are offering. Don't give tips to DeSoto County. Do not give tips to DeSoto County. I have to make that crystal clear. Do not give any tips to DeSoto County. Call the United States Marshals, the FBI, or your local FBI field office to report any sightings, or 911 if you're out of DeSoto County. Call 911. If you live in DeSoto County, call the U.S. Marshals. If you call 911 in DeSoto County, DeSoto might call Joshua and say, hey man, they see you, you got to make a run for it. Somebody in that county works for the killer. Don't call that county to report any sightings. Call the U.S. Marshals. Call the FBI. If you guys Google FBI field office, if you live in Nashville, Google FBI field office, Nashville. If there's not one in Nashville, it will show you the closest FBI office. You call that number. Or you call the U.S. Marshals main hotline. It's 24/7 and they'll answer. It's in Washington, D.C. Report sightings to the federal government as much as you can. Let the federal government handle this. They bungled it in DeSoto County. There's a killer, a rapist on the loose who can victimize you and your kids. Don't call DeSoto County to catch this guy, because they might give him a ride to Mexico. If you see him or her, whatever he's dressed as today, call the FBI, call the U.S. Marshals. There's a $10,000 reward. And I should have started the stream off with that. Do not call DeSoto County to report this guy. Just don't. You might be calling his friend. So if I hear anything, I'll let you guys know. He tattooed his face on a girl's head and blew her head off. Why is he on the street? If you guys see anything, in DeSoto County, do not call 911. Call the U.S. Marshals or the FBI. Anywhere else, if you see something, call 911. Report all tips to the U.S. Marshals, just in case there's a communication barrier or another line of communication error, the way there was during Cavalcante. And let's catch this guy. Remember, it was the residents that caught Danilo Cavalcante. It was the residents that caught Stacy, everybody, all of these escapees. It's residents like you guys, like me, who call in sightings, who tell people check your ring cameras, report anything you see that's suspicious.